So in our last video, we ranked the 2021 liveries. However, today we're looking at the drivers, the people behind those cars, and what they're wearing. Now, rather than just giving you a list of what we agreed upon together, today we're doing something a little bit different.
We'll go back and forth and see what we prefer from worst to best, and then you'll have to let us know whose picks you agree with more.
Of course, if you are enjoying this video, don't forget to leave it a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new and the bell right next to it, and let's get straight into it. So here are our picks for the worst tracksuit on the grid this year.
Their livery is so nice, but they completely missed the bar when it comes to the tracksuits. They look like pajamas. I just think there was so much room for possibility, and they basically just gave us a blank canvas with a couple of lines and called it a day.
So yeah, I'm in a similar position on why I chose Alpine. They have such a gorgeous livery, but I feel like they just forgot to design their tracksuit. You just have Castrol across their chests. I feel like it was a lost opportunity here.
Coming in at number 9 on our list is Haas and Williams.
For the same reasons as Alpine. It just seems like there's nothing happening on these tracksuits. They just have the navy sleeves, which look sophisticated.
Whereas on my side, it's not so much the colors that were chosen or the coordination of the suits, but what really bothers me about these tracksuits is that they're not the same. It just doesn't really feel like much of a team. It feels more so like here are two drivers, they're doing their own thing. It just looks awkward to me to have two people on the same team not represented in the same uniform.
And coming in 8th place is, I have on my side Alpha. Like you said, it looks like pajamas. I find the centering of the logo very squished, but also just the line going down the pant leg is not working for them at all.
The reason that I put Williams in 8th is very similar to the reason you put them in 9th. I just think it was so underwhelming, especially in comparison to their actual team merchandise. They have a partnership with Umbro. I personally would have preferred to see the overalls be more of that blue with the intertwined pattern and then have some white detailing instead. I just don't really think it goes with the car at all. It looks really out of place. Coming in at 7th, we have Alpine and Haas. So Alpine has finally made its way onto my list. They're not here because I like them. They're here because I just think they have less mistakes than the overalls that we've seen prior to them. It doesn't even really make sense unless this actually was some sort of temporary overalls and they just didn't get the official team ones in on time, because in my opinion, these match the winter testing livery a lot more than their regular season livery. So something is just not adding up.
Whereas me for the Haas team, the reason why they're higher up is because they just have more line design in their tracksuits. It beats the overalls of the Alpine and the Williams just for the sake of it not being as simple as those, so that's why it's only number 7, not going to be higher up. Coming in at number 6.
How do we never have the same answers?
I put Mercedes because they didn't change their tracksuit at all. You might have just the cyan going up their pant leg, but aside from that, it's nice to look at, but nothing special.
On my side, I think some people might be surprised because obviously I put Aston Martin as having the best livery, so you'd think that their tracksuit would follow, but no, and that is mostly because I cannot stand the bright flash of pink on the shoulders. I just think if you're gonna incorporate pink, do it in some nice line work. The color blocking is a little bit of a strange design, and I'm not a fan. Getting in the top half of the list, in number 5, we have Red Bull and Aston Martin. So I see that you weren't far off with my ideology.
No, exactly, and it's for the same reasons. I find when looking at the entire grid, the green looks nice, but it's just the pink is too flashy and it looks so far off. For the amount of pink that's also on the car, it should have been something similar in terms of line and detail work, like you said.
I put Red Bull in the middle because I actually quite like the design of their tracksuits. It's very classic. They make minimal changes to it every year, but I do find that the changes are nice. This year, for example, they have this red line and little blue dots, or not too sure what kind of pattern that is, but it looks cool. But overall, it's still just same old Red Bull. You can change a couple of things on it. It's, in my eyes, still nothing that special, but it is quite nice.
Coming in at number 4, we have McLaren and AlphaTauri.
I put AlphaTauri because listen, if you have white and navy in your tracksuit, this is how you design it. I love the fact that they've gone for an asymmetrical vibe this year, how it cuts across the torso, down into the arm. It looks so good, and I find it actually accentuates the drivers and their movement styles. It looks good in photos, it looks good in the car, it looks good standing. I like it, what can I say? I mean, they are a fashion brand, so I would hope that they do a good job.
The reason why I only put McLaren here is because I feel like there's missing some more orange. It's very plain on the torso front. It just has all of the sponsors, which is fine, and we see it on a bunch of other overalls as well. However, it gets its bonus points from the side with the rainbow going up on the lines. I think that was such a nice touch to add here, and overall, I like it.
Rounding off the podium in third place, we have McLaren and AlphaTauri. So clearly we've just done a little switcheroo. I don't have much more to add because a lot of the points Chris made are very much on par with mine. I love the rainbow. I love that shade of blue. I do wish there was a little bit more orange, but ultimately I still prefer this to the AlphaTauri. I just love the colors. It's flashy, it's bright, looks good in the car. What can I say?
Yeah, the reason why I put AlphaTauri in third place is similar to your reasons. I like the asymmetrical approach across the chest, and the AlphaTauri logo on the side of their leg is subtle and nice. In second place, it goes to none other than Red Bull Racing over here, and Mercedes for yourself. Red Bull, I have to say, had almost one of my favorite overalls this season. Although I know you placed it much further down, I have to give credit that it's such a better upgrade versus last year. Because before they just had red lines going down the side with Red Bull listed, and now it's that fun polka dot blue spots on the side with the red lines going across it. It matches well with their hats, not to mention all of their sponsors fit nicely. It's similar to the McLaren, I'll give it that, but also they got the logos on the end of their sleeves. The hype for Red Bull this year is real.
Meanwhile, I know that you put Mercedes significantly lower on your list. You just said it's plain black. We've seen it before, but I really like this. I love how the cyan, turquoise, teal, whatever shade that is, it just pops against the black. The logos are so well placed. Everything is legible. They didn't need to overcomplicate it. I just think it is such a nice design. And once again, I'll keep saying it. This is such an upgrade in comparison to what it used to look like with the silver arrows. I'm not complaining. I prefer this style significantly more. So despite the fact that nothing on our lists have matched so far, we have come to the agreement that the best overalls on the grid are Ferrari!
Ta-da! So funny enough, Ferrari ended up scoring the lowest on our livery ranking video, but here they're on top.
That flashy red is just such a staple on the grid. It would genuinely feel like something is missing if that bright red were to go away. You see it, you recognize it, it looks fantastic. It's such a shame that they couldn't design a car to look as good as the overalls, but they absolutely nailed it when it comes to the tracksuits.
I also like how their sponsors are shaped out in squares and they're all symmetrical. Suit's really nice, and that stripe also goes up the side of their mask, so they upgraded there too. So there you have it, those are our two lists. Funny enough, only the top finisher ended up being the same. Whose list do you agree with more? You'll have to let us know down in those comments.
This was such a fun video to film. We want to hear your thoughts, so make sure to go follow us on social media at CCF1 channel to keep the conversation going, and let's see if there's any switch ups throughout the year.
If you haven't checked out this video already, be sure to do so right now. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave it a like, hit that subscribe button, that bell right next to it, and we will catch you in the next one.
Bye!